So this is a global problem. So if you think about the emission, the global greenhouse gas emission, about 2/3 come from emerging markets. So even if the advanced economies fix the problem, clearly we need to fix in emerging markets. And there's no simple solution to solve that. So you can think of like an ecosystem of players, their public sector, private sector, and then in the public sector, different players have different roles. So for the fund, the IMF, our main role is to make sure that through reforms and fixing the macroeconomic environment, we help create an environment that is conducive to the private sector to come in. We can provide technical assistance, so help fix some, like, I don't know, develop local markets, for example. And then we have this new facility, the Resilient Sustainability Trust, we lend long-term below market rates to low-income countries so that they can work on the climate resilience and pandemic resilience. And that's one way to participate in the ecosystem for the IMF. So there are different estimates of the needs for emerging market. In one of our reports, we estimate around 2 trillion per year between now and 2030. That means that compared where the flows are today, it's like a 5 times increase. So it's a very large increase. If you think of in terms of investment, it means going from 3% of GDP to 12% of GDP. So it's 4 times. So clearly the public sector cannot do this by itself. There's very high level of debt after COVID, the fiscal outlook is worse, and interest rates much higher. So there is a need to bring in the private sector. Our estimates that the contribution of the private sector needs to go from about 40% today to between 80 and 90%. So there's a need to use every instrument available there. Blended finance is an example. There are green bonds, sustainability-linked bonds. We also need more equity. So there's a lot of debt already out there. We need guarantees. And also we need to broaden the investor set, not just the traditional banking sector, but we need institutional investors. And also we need to deepen local markets, right? So if we can grow the domestic markets, there is less need to bring capital from abroad, there's less FX risk, and that also help in terms of like pricing climate risk and opportunities in these countries.